go fast. So first question, 74 years old. Have you discovered the meaning of life?
Yeah, I've known it for a while. Christ lived, Christ died, Christ was resurrected, Christ will come again. I'm a Christian. That's my explanation.
In Widespread Panic, you return to Freddie Otash,
Yeah.
which I've read is the real man which Jack Nicholson plays his character in Chinatown.
No, that's not true.
That's not true?
Nah. Freddie O was a private eye in LA in the 50s. The idea has circulated that Robert Town, the screenwriter, based the J.J. Gittes character on Freddie Otash. I don't think so.
What do you find so appealing on Freddie Otash?
Nothing. So I rewrote his life from scratch.
But you met him in real life.
Yeah. I was going to use him as the lead, the Pete Bondurant character in American Tabloid, and I didn't trust him not to contradict the book for attribution, so I fired him, I paid him off anyway, and then he died, and I could have used him for free.
Can you talk to me a little bit about your work's method? You know, Nick Cave, once I read about Nick Cave that he nowadays writes songs like an office worker, 8 hours a day in his office. How do you write, Mr. Ellroy?
Huge outlines, I write by hand. I've never used a computer. The outline for Perfidia was 650 pages.
Wow.
It's a complete diagram for the entire book. And then I write and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite.
Even you are a master, of course, in criminal and noir literature. I've read that you consider yourself as a political writer.
No, historical novelist.
That's accurate because you always work in that period of time,
Yeah.
40s, 50s in LA,
Yeah, 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
What's so interesting for you about that period that you are always...
It's the backward gaze. I was looking backward to the 40s when I was 5 years old in 1953. I live in the past.
Okay.
It's my natural state.
In Widespread Panic, even politics are important. What you do is eviscerate the Hollywood Golden Age. The deprivation you show in the book is brutal. It's brutal for Hollywood and for his stars.
Yeah, well, I center in on a movie I just despise. It's Rebel Without a Cause, an actor I dislike, James Dean. A character, or a director I deplore, Nicholas Ray, so I give it to him where it hurts the most, up the old...
It's not only James Dean and Nicholas Ray, Bar Lancaster, Marlon Brando, Orson Welles, Liz Taylor, Lana Turner, Natalie Wood, John Wayne. John Wayne was a drag queen.
No, not a drag queen, a cross-dresser.
A cross-dresser.
But no, he liked girls, but he was a cross-dresser.
Everyone gets bullied
Yeah.
in your book. But what is real and what is fiction?
That's what I'm not going to tell you.
Because it's shocking. Sometimes I was in panic reading with Panic.
Good, I'm doing my job.
What are you talking about, Orson Welles or Lana Turner?
Orson Welles is full of shit. I call him Fat Boy. Yeah.
I'm a movie critic. It's really sad.
Yeah. Have you read This Storm, my book, This Storm?
Yes.
Yeah. Dudley Smith kicks his ass.
Yeah.
In This Storm, and calls him Fat Boy.
And jazz musicians also get their part.
Yeah.
Art Pepper, which has a complicated life. Art Pepper, Charlie Parker.
The Bird. I love Bird. Anita O'Day, Hophead, Junkie. Yeah, for years.
Three of them.
Yeah, she was on the spike. Stay off the spike. Stay off the spike. Stay off the spike.
Of course. Okay, so big question is, do you think Widespread Panic can be written about the modern Hollywood? Because someone like Harvey Weinstein, it seems like a character created by James Ellroy.
No, the artistry of Widespread Panic, the love that imbues Widespread Panic, is a result of my long-standing love affair with LA back then. So there's the love the sense of detail, going to googies. Yeah, there's also my dark dope fiend past. So Freddie Otash is a dope fiend. And, you know, the women, there's always the women. Think of the women in this book. The great actress Lois Nettleton, the psychopath, Claire Klein, the 6'6" bisexual basketball player, Stretch Perkins, the big blonde girl. Yeah, Cherchez la femme.
You describe Hollywood as a, how can I say, the most depraved place in the world, but with a great moral, for a great fake-looking moral.
Yeah,
so
I suspect it still is.
I suspect.
I haven't lived in LA in a number of years.
I have the feeling that through your books, you're rewriting the history of America, making more violent, more brutal also.
Enhancing the brutality that I sense, rewriting the human history. There's always men and women in love. They come into contact with celebrated people in Hollywood and national politics. They are forced into horribly complex moral dilemmas. It's the big romantic canvas. That's what I write.
I don't know if you like the last movie of Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which also recreates the history, rewrites the history, and it's a love letter to LA.
Well, I liked it the first time I saw it. I liked the physical depiction of LA in Soixante-Neuf when I was 21. But in the end, the only thing I cared about, I saw it a second time and was bored, was the beautiful pit bull dog who kills the Manson family. And it's a female dog, so it's a feminist statement.
Yeah.
All Brad Pitt does is go, kill.
Okay, I've read that you live without internet, without television, so no Netflix at all.
No.
But how is your relationship with movies as a spectator?
I don't go to movies anymore. I watch old movies on TV. I don't have a TV. My wife has a TV.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. She's not my wife, really, but she's my second ex-wife.
Ah, okay.
Now we got back together. That's why I moved to Denver.
Can I ask you about your book adaptations in cinema?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all shit.
I said to you before, I think the movies in the 80s and the 90s had a harsh, rough sense that it's hard to see in nowadays movies, in noir, modern or noir contemporary movies, like Cop or Reckons Brown or Dark Blue.
Yeah.
But you don't like it.
No, they're all bad. I wrote the first several drafts of Dark Blue. Then somebody else wrote the rest of it. So none of my dialogue.
But LA Confidential is a masterpiece.
No, it's
Mr.
not.
Elroy.
It's shitty.
No, it's not
It's
shitty.
shitty.
It's
Russell
great.
Crowe's shitty. Guy Pearce is shitty. James Cromwell's shitty. Kim Basinger's shitty.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It sucks.
No, but
It's about as deep as a tortilla.
But I'm sure when the movie came out, it should be a great success for you.
No, didn't sell many books.
No?
Didn't make much money.
Wow.
It failed at the box office. It won a bunch of awards. So what?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pinche perro movie.
And Kevin Spacey could be one of your characters, invented characters too.
I hope not.
Last question about your movies, okay? Is what happened with Brian De Palma in The Black Dahlia?
Everything was wrong with that movie. Bad script. De Palma was off in another world. Cheap. Was filmed in Sofia, Bulgaria. Sold a lot of books, though.
I really like Brian De Palma's movies.
I like them. I like most of them, yeah.
Okay.
Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way is excellent.
Yeah.
Why do you think people empathize so much with your work, with your novels, that are so violent and raw, with these really amoral characters?
Because all of these books, my books, are at their base about love. They're about lonely, haunted men and women looking for love.